Hello again. Piranesi by Susanna Clarke. This is one that I've been wanting to pick up all of last year after it won the Women's Prize for Fiction. I was always going to buy it and I never got round to doing it. But my husband bought me it for Christmas, so I've now finally read it and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. There is such magical world building in there that as it says here, the beauty of the house is immeasurable, its kindness infinite. And you have the beauty of this house. Piranesi, a chap called Piranesi, a young man called Piranesi, he lives in this house. And it's a house that is full of rooms. There are so many rooms in there, you can't count them. He can't count them. His aim is to visit every single room in his lifetime. But it's more than a house of rooms. All the rooms are adorned with statues. There are thousands upon thousands upon thousands of statues in this house. And each statue Piranesi has attributed something to. He talks to them. They mean something to him. As well as that, the seasons are within the house. It rains in the house. It snows in the house. There are tides in the house. The bottom floors are covered with water. And there are tides. Sometimes the tides flood, and when there's a high tide, the levels rise and Piranesi has to take all his belongings and get them to a higher level. And you have a feeling that he is happy where he is. There's an innocence about him. He doesn't question. There's no curiosity. He's just got his statues. He's got these rooms that he wants to explore. And he calls himself the beloved child of the house. The house will always provide for him. He fishes. He lives on fish. He goes where the tides are. He goes fishing. There are birds in the house, so he's always surrounded by bird song. He can see the sky. He can see constellations. He sees the moon. It is almost a magical world that Susanna Clarke has built. But it leaves you with questions. And the questions, they do appear while you're reading it, but it's a book that you think about after you've finished. Where is everybody else? Is this the only house in this world? These are the questions that you think about, some while you're reading, some afterwards. There is one other person in the house. Piranesi calls him the other, and he meets him twice a week, which gives you other questions. Where does this person go to the rest of the time? Why does he only meet Piranesi twice a week? If there are only these two people in the house, why don't they have more interaction? So there's all these questions there. And then the other tells Piranesi to beware because somebody's coming. As it says on the blurb, messages begin to appear scratched out in chalk on the pavements. There is someone new in the house, but who are they and what do they want? So suddenly there's a third presence in the house, and Piranesi is wary of this third presence because he's been warned by the other. And because of the warning, he does at that point begin to question and look and search. And it is such a good book. And the ending, as you get towards the ending, you have even more questions than you had at the beginning. And this world, you don't know what it is, you don't know where it is, you don't know why it is. But all you know is that while you're reading it, you are there, and it is just brilliant. I can see why it won the Women's Prize for Fiction last year. I absolutely loved it. So that was Piranesi, a book that I finally got round to reading, and I'm so pleased I did. So I will leave you for now. Happy reading, take care, and bye.